right, Coach. Congrats on the win today. Salvaged the win on the series against San Jose State. What are some thoughts after today's win?
I thought today was important in the sense of obviously we had lost a couple games in a row, 2 to them, 1 to Washington, and those things can linger if you carry the weight of yesterday into the next day. So our guys did a really good job of just treating it like we always talk about. One game, that's all we get. That's guaranteed to us on this day. I think it helped the site change. Getting back home was awesome. It's tough to go drive on a bus back-to-back days. And yesterday was a really tough loss mentally. We're up 2-1 late, and they kind of out-executed us. So, it's not the end of the world if you don't win today. But I thought it was really important to get a lead, be on top of them, and see what we could do with our bullpen. And but believe it or not, we fell behind again today in the top of the first with a fly ball. But Kenny set the tone with the top, and our pitchers, all 3 of them, including Hunter, did a great job to get us home today.
Kenny, 2 hits today, 1 home run, your first home run of the season for you. You pretty much knew it off the bat when you hit it. What was going through your head in that moment, especially in that, I think his first swing at bat of that pitch. What was going through your head in that moment when you hit the ball?
I was looking to hit a fastball hard, and that's the God honest truth. Hit something hard and see what happens with it. So.
In the series, struggling in the series for you a little bit. How good was it to kind of get back on track and lead this team offensively today?
It was big time. We needed every run today. So any way I could help my team win, I feel like I set the tone at the top of the lineup, and without me getting going, it's hard for our offense to get moving. So it was really good for me to get going so our team could roll today.
Hunter, 2 innings out of the pen today. Pitched pretty well. Gave up a run, but it's okay, I guess, in the end. Seeing San Jose State this entire series, coming in today, how were you able to execute on the mound?
I think just watching them these last 2 days and then film on Thursday, we understood that they were going to have a really tough time struggling with fastballs in. And for me, facing lefties, my ball, sometimes it gets away from me. But normally, it sinks in pretty well. So that's all I was thinking when Soup came down in the pen. He said I got the 3 lefties when I was going in. And all I was thinking about was just trying to shove it in there, be super aggressive with it. And with our shadow ball, I felt really confident up there today. So it's good game planning.
Knowing that you're coming, right after Aiden here, what can you say about his performance today? 5 innings.
He balled. It was sick to see. It's been awesome to have him this year. Just another solidified starter, older guy, just someone that I can always watch. The way he takes care of himself, throwing and everything. He's super stoic about it, and I don't know. You can see it on the mound. He doesn't get too up or too down. I normally am a little more up and down than some people, but watching him up there just rolling, even after he gave up some unlucky hits and things didn't go his way, you would have never known. And I think that's something that we need this year if we want to go where we want to go. So,
Rob, 2 guys out of the pen today. Knowing that the bullpen's been struggling this series a little bit toward the end of games, what do you see out of Hunter and Dylan today that made you proud of the performance today?
We won the game with our pitching, even though we scored 7. We just controlled the game. All 3 of them, Hunter, Aiden, Dylan, it's just what we talk about all the time. You can't beat yourself, and if guys are going to beat us, they got to go hit us. And I wouldn't say our bullpen struggled this weekend. I thought we put Quentin in a tough spot yesterday, and they executed a really good squeeze, and he came in throwing the way we thought. So, second and third one out in a 1-run game is not the easiest spot in the world to come in. And but overall, this was the plan today, and we still had 1 or 2 guys out there that we really think could have kept us going too. So because how good Soberone did yesterday, because of how we handled it on Friday, I knew we'd have some strength in numbers today. And Holzemer was perfectly set up for where they were in the order, and it was just it all worked out the way we planned.
Offensively, 8 guys, total 9 hits today. Kenny with 2. What can you say about the balance of the offense today and so far this season?
Yeah, the last 2 days, we faced some really tough starters, and all their guys really. Top to bottom, they've been pitching the ball really well. And we needed to punch them today early, and we did. And Kenny both these guys hold themselves to a high standard, and they put a lot of pressure on themselves. He doesn't need to think the whole offense revolves around him, but I love that attitude about him. And me and him talked this morning, like how we feel like the team's going, how do we feel hitting wise, and told me everyone was confident. We needed to hear what we talked about this morning, and it's big. It's been about 10, 11 guys, and you're not going to be hot the whole year. So if Kenny and J. Lou are hot one weekend and TJ and Pat aren't, and then it flips, I mean, that's what really good offenses do. And then you get contributions 5 through 9. I mean, it's fun to watch on days like this.
Back on the road for one before a 3-game series with Nevada up at UC Davis on Tuesday against a tough team up there, knowing they swept Gonzaga early on. What are your thoughts heading to that one?
Yeah, I haven't really started diving into them besides checking scores and stuff. I know they're playing a road weekend at Utah Valley for 4, so I like the situation we're in the sense of we have some good pitchers that didn't even throw this weekend, and we got some guys that could bounce back. Midweek games are always interesting. It usually comes down to situational stuff and who you have available. But we need to continue to have good at bats. We hit a little lull there against some really good pitching, so I expect Davis to be really good. It'll be our first night game of the year, so I haven't been under the lights yet, so that's exciting. And I don't know. These guys know there are no easy opponents on our schedule the rest of the way. So we can show up and beat anybody, and anybody can show up and beat us. So we expect a lot of tight, hard-fought baseball games.